being a politician, I will leave the theologians amongst us to consider the first of those two great commandments. But what does that second one mean? I think it means acting for the common good, thinking of the effect of one's decisions on the whole community, not just the individual cases, not being driven by personal or vested interests, seeking to serve each other, putting others before oneself, or in the words of Stephen Covey, thinking or seeking to understand before being understood, thinking win-win and having the end in mind. But it's still not easy. One of the debates of modern capitalism is whether or not morality or ethical behaviour matters in business. Should corporations aim to do good, or should they focus on maximising shareholder returns within what the law allows? As I said at the start, government can lay down the broad parameters for corporate and citizens' behaviour, but it is up to each of us to play our part in maintaining ethical standards. If we look at companies and governments as collections of individuals, we can see a way through this dilemma. Individuals are motivated by moral purpose. We all have views, feelings, and I believe most people want to do good rather than ill. If companies or governments behave as a group of individuals, then each person's ethical decisions will impact on the decisions of that company or government. It's something that we must grapple with every day. If we agree that we want to work ethically in business, in politics, in government, we will ultimately make the right choices through discussion, through debate, through listening, and through working together. I've, perhaps you might think, purposefully raised questions today to which there are no easy answers. But I don't think there is an easy answer to the theme of how each of us live within a moral code, ethically, in whatever field it is we feel either called to or we have natural ability in. But I believe that it's important, and it's certainly important for me in the role that I pursue, to listen, to work together, to debate, to seek to understand prior to making decisions. And we'll always, I think as I said earlier, we may always not agree with the decisions which are made or reached, but I hope that we respect each other, that's as individuals, to know that we are on a journey together and processes are important as well as outcomes. So thank you for listening to my formal words. Paul tells me that you sometimes have a question posed and then spend some time just thinking about it around a table. And I think we might start our conversation this afternoon in that light. And I think perhaps if we turn back to what Jesus referred to as the two greatest commandments, some tables may wish to focus on the first, but perhaps I would ask tables to focus on the second. What does that commandment mean to us today, to love our neighbour? And equally, you might want to challenge me and think that it means something other than that which I have spoken about? And what does it mean for those who want to try and act ethically in the political sphere? Gina, you want to ask a question before we start?
I'd like to ask 100 questions.